What's up, everybody? This is Microphone Joes, and as always, I'm joined by Atomic and No Rev. I'm CJC, and this week we are going to talk about some of our favorite video games. We put together a few top 10 lists here, and then when we go over our personal list, the other two are going to play a game of Marry One, Fuck One, Kill One, where we have to pick the one that we would spend the rest of our life with from that person's list, the one we would have an extremely embarrassing one-night stand with, and the one that we would murder mercilessly and bury 10 feet in the ground out back. So this topic is No Rev's idea. We're going to start with his list. He's going to give us our top 10. Please be aware that we're not saying that these are the best games ever made. In our opinions, these are our favorite games, so please don't kill us in the comments.
I will kill somebody if they dispute.
All right. Well, Atomic has spoken. No Rev, lead us off.
All right. So, for my top 10, let's see. Go 1 to 10. Right down in order. Actually, 10 to 1. How about them apples?
Do a big reveal?
10. How about them apples? 10 to 1. All right. So for number 10, I have Borderlands 2.
Okay.
Number 9, God of War 2.
That's a good choice.
Number 8, the original Doom.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. So PC Doom.
Yeah,
or
PC
Mac
Doom,
whichever one it came out on first.
Okay. PC. Number 7, The Stick of Truth. And yes, I do mean South Park.
Okay.
I got the Stick of Truth for you.
Number 6, Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas.
Okay.
What was that? Oh yeah, number 5, Crazy Taxi.
Oh, I forgot about Crazy Taxi. Did you ever play Crazy Taxi, Rob? I mean, Atomic?
Yeah, I played.
I love that game.
GameCube, right?
Yeah, no, it was
I played in the arcade, man.
Sega Dreamcast is what I
That's
played
what
on.
it was.
Yeah, it's luckily I was too young to have a driver's license, so the first cop that passed by would have taken it over.
Alright. Number 4, Metroid.
No, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough, solid.
I was going to go with Deadpool, but I figured, I kind of had a little bit more of a good, all-around good time playing Metroid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 3, Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, Banjo-Kazooie. Did you ever play that one?
No, I've
Oh, man. I love those games. Those are
Okay.
some good games.
You got the platformer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2, Halo, the original.
Combat Evolved. Yeah, can't beat that.
It had a subtitle?
It was Halo Combat Evolved. Or it's usually dropped to Halo CE is what people call it.
Oh, okay.
And can I get a drum roll from this number 1? And for my number 1 pick of all time, Super Mario 64.
Ooh, good pick.
Yeah, good one.
Good pick. Huh.
Okay.
Nice. So what did you base your list off of?
Just basically the games I had the most fun playing with from start to finish.
Okay. Nice. I pretty much based my list off of what games I've went back and played again that were so fun that even though I finished them, I went back and picked them up because that's an oddity for me.
Yeah.
Usually I'm one and done, and most times I don't even finish the games that I play. Quite candidly, I'll start a game, get 3/4 of the way through it, and then get bored. But I have the attention span of a millennial, so that'll happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we just go Marry One, Fuck One, Kill One right off the first list?
Yeah, I think we should jump right into it. I would say that before we do it, just building off of what you just said, my list is kind of a mixture of the two. I picked a lot of games that I enjoyed, but also games that I would play over and over again because I'm like you. I get, once I'm done, I know what's going to happen. A lot of times I won't replay a game.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So,
yeah, go ahead.
Atomic, Marry One, Fuck One, Kill One. Go.
Oh, damn. All right, let me...
and why?
Let me look at your list. I'd probably marry Super Mario 64.
That's not a bad choice.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite.
Although she's not one that ages well physically.
I'm alright.
You got to deal with a lot of polygons there.
I would fuck Crazy Taxi because it's a hell of a ride.
You could have a one-timer in the parking lot behind work.
In the back seat.
I'd kill Halo. I don't like Halo.
You're crazy, man.
I'm just never been a big fan of Halo.
Have you ever played Halo?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah, I played a lot of Halo 2.
You still didn't like it?
Not really.
I
played Halo 2 because my friend...
Halo also
was
or
a big
Halo
fan
2?
of Halo 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about the original.
Well,
right.
Well, I mean,
like
even still, it goes... Yeah, it's pretty much...
What about it don't you like? Because it's one of my...
It's just a cookie-cutter shooter, man.
That was the original. Everything else, a cookie cutter off of it.
I feel like Call of Duty was probably the original shooter. I don't have no evidence to support that. I just feel like
Halo,
which one did come out
Halo
first?
CE was 2001. came out in 2001. It was the launch title for the original Xbox.
Right, but Call of Duty dates back to like PlayStation 2. Dude.
And the only real good, but what Halo did, the reason it was called Combat Evolved was it streamlined those controls, because we don't remember, at least No Rev and I don't remember. I doubt you do. Do you ever PC game? Do either of you guys ever PC game?
Not very much.
Not really.
No, so before CE, a lot of games, just shooting-wise, first-person shooters, didn't work on consoles because everything was mapped to a freaking key on a keyboard. Mm-hmm. So if you were a console shooter, the best you had at that point was GoldenEye, and let's be honest, that has not held up well at all. That's terrible with that awful controller. So Halo became so popular because it made it easier for anybody just to pick up a controller and play a shooter.
Well, yeah, it modernized first-person shooters, for sure. I'm not...
I'm surprised, too, that you didn't like the lore of it, because there's such a deep lore to it.
I'm not a big sci-fi guy.
Okay.
No, it's just... Okay.
It's that weird sci-fi religious undertones.
Go
So my marry one, fuck one, kill one. I'm going to go in the opposite direction. I'm going to start with the kill one. And I think if I had to pick a kill one, it'd be Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I've never really been into the Grand Theft Auto games.
Really?
No, me either, honestly.
No, I don't like them. Just never really enjoyed it.
I played a little bit of San Andreas. I probably played the most of San Andreas. But, like, literally for me, I start the game, I'll do, like, 5 missions. I've never actually paid for Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
Just, like,
I've never paid for one.
Yeah, but I'll do like 5 missions, and then the fun of it for me is just like driving around and screwing things up or whatever.
Yeah.
I never actually follow the story. I've never completed a Grand Theft Auto.
No, and honestly, I never have either. It was just like you were saying, the fun of just going around and fucking a bunch of shit up.
Yeah, well, if Halo
then
modernized first-person shooters, then Grand Theft Auto probably modernized open-world games.
Yeah.
It wasn't the pioneer of open-world games. So
Yeah.
respect for both the series. I'm just saying.
See, now,
it's not for me.
one of the main reasons, I chose that one was because back in those days, it was like, it modernized the open world thing and all that, but one of my favorite bits in the game was in San Andreas. For being as old as it is, or during the time, it was that hot coffee scene.
Oh my god.
Like, it just blew my mind that they would put that in a game like that just during that time. And
that is true, and I mean,
I've always been able to push the envelope. Though.
Yeah, but it wasn't hidden in the code too. That's how they got away with it.
Yeah,
they buried it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's my kill one.
Yeah.
If I had to fuck one night stand, it would probably be. I gotta say, Borderlands 2.
Yeah?
Yeah, Borderlands 2, I mean, it's crazy and kind of funny looking.
So you would literally have to be drunk off your mind just to fuck it.
you basically playing it, you're drunk. And then my marry would be Halo. I love Halo. It's one of my favorite games of all time. So.
Okay. Did you already go up or no?
Well, it's kind of redundant to do one on my own list.
Off your own list.
Because, I mean, it's pretty much right there.
I did that for my list.
Look at you pioneer.
Overachiever.
And you want to know what? I chose to kill my number one pick.
Wow.
You gotta kill your darlings.
Renegade here.
Yeah.
That's right. Never appreciate something so much that you're not willing to let it go.
Wow, that's deep.
Well, I guess if, you love something, set it free, and if it's meant to be, it'll come back, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you kill it, it's not coming back.
Well, in your mind.
Drowned in a shallow fucking puddle, right?
What are you... I don't even want to know. No Rev sitting in his bathroom, back and forth. It's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back.
That's right.
Yeah,
all right.
only on
your
Tuesdays.
List next to Adamic?
Oh, yeah. Sure. I'll do my list. Also, as a public service announcement, I choose to be here, and in no way am being held against my will.
Yes.
No, he totally is being held against his will.
Why?
What?
He is here of his own free will.
Yeah, absolutely.
We would never force somebody to do this with us, would we?
That's right. Yeah. No, they're right. They told me to say that. Okay. So, number 10, Persona 5. That just, I don't know, you guys are probably not familiar with it.
I have never even heard of it.
No, never heard of it.
I thought there was a couple on here. The rest you had probably heard of, actually. I promise you probably heard of. Number 9, God of War 2, coincidentally.
Wow.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Same exact spot.
Yeah, exact game as well, because there's, 4, coming up on 5 of those? I'm
pretty sure.
PSPs?
Yeah, if you count the
PSP
PSP, I think there's 6 or 7.
Yeah, there's 8 or some crap. Number 8, Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 7, Uncharted 4.
Okay.
Number 6, Red Dead Redemption.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, because I don't like Grand Theft Auto, but Red Dead Redemption was awesome. I was a huge fan of Red Dead.
Oh, yeah. I played that a lot. On the PS2 days, I played that quite a bit.
Number 5, Super Mario Brothers 3.
I think you mean Red Dead Revolver, Rev.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for Red Dead for PS2. Yeah. Number 5, Super Mario Brothers 3.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Number 4, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Good choice.
Number 3, Skyrim.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2, The Last of Us.
Yeah.
All right.
Just the story on The Last of Us that floors me every time. And once again, like I said, I usually don't finish, or when I finish story-based games, I usually don't play them back.
Yeah, and especially longer games like that. So it's a testament to how much you enjoy it.
Exactly. And number 1, Final Fantasy VII.
Okay. All right, so I guess I'll go first with the which one I would marry, fucking kill. So I'm going to start at the bottom, work my way up. I would kill Final Fantasy VII. I absolutely hate the Final Fantasy games, and if you guys can spare me a moment to rant, I have an uncle. He's married to my mother's sister, and he is a lazy, no good for nothing piece of shit. He's a conspiracy theorist that thinks that everything that happens in the world is somebody out to get him, specifically him, or to fuck over everybody in the United States. He doesn't do any work. He's lazy, and he likes to protest more than he likes to breathe, I imagine. As a child, when I'd go over to my aunt's house and try to avoid this sack of shit, he would always be in his recliner that was falling apart in front of his 19-inch RCA TV playing one of the old Super Nintendo Final Fantasies. And eventually, he somehow got his hands on a PlayStation and was playing that. And I don't like Japanese shit anyways.
Okay.
But then you add on this piece of shit that just dropped hundreds of hours into that game instead of contributing anything to the society that he thought was being destroyed, like
getting a job.
Yeah, get a job, and why don't you help society? Instead, he's just dropping hours and hours and hours into Final Fantasy, and I just fucking hate that game, and I hate that series, and no offense to you, Adam, I think it's super overrated. It looks retarded as hell. I don't get it.
That's the same reason that I hate the internet. Zuckerberg invented it.
Okay. Well, he probably thinks Facebook is spying on you every day. So yeah. My
For
apologies.
the record, I also don't know what the internet is.
My apologies for the rant, but I had to get that out of the way. I had a feeling
That's fine.
One of your top 3 would be a Final Fantasy, knowing you.
Yeah, well, I said it before that Final Fantasy is one of my favorite series.
Yeah, so I just okay.
Okay,
so
yeah,
if I had to pick one to have a one night stand with to fuck, it would probably be Super Mario Brothers 3.
Okay.
It's a great game. I played that a lot of that game growing up, so get one more night.
Now, that's the one with like the raccoon tail where he can
Yes.
he can fly.
I like that one the most just because of the overworld. It was close between that and Super Mario World because both of I like Super Mario World's like art aesthetic better, but like Super Mario Brothers 3.
What is Super Mario? I'm losing. I'm not really sure which one Super Mario World is.
Super Mario World. I wouldn't really be able to tell you without showing you.
Is that the one where you can get Yoshi?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It does have an overworld as well.
Yeah, it has an overworld as well. It was much shorter.
Yeah.
But Super Mario Brothers 3, there was a lot more like secrets within the game that I liked. It seemed like almost every other level had like some secret passage you could take, and there's a lot more depth to it. I felt like Super Mario Brothers 3 was a lot longer of a game as well. Super Mario World, there's speedrunners that beat it in like less than 15 minutes.
Oh yeah,
there's like a shortcut.
There's a weird glitch out you can do in like the second level that jumps you all. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I never understood how that could be considered a speed run.
They set for people that do the speed runs. They set like you have to do it this way or you can't use this. I mean, there was one Super Meat Boy I know that was contentious not that long ago because they did a speed run and the guy had a monitor that refreshed faster than like a regulation monitor or whatever, so he was able to shave like 3 seconds off the world record. So there was like this big debate about whether that should be allowed. So I mean, they set stipulations. You have to do this. You have to use this.
I would not have known that there was rules for speed running.
Yeah, me neither. I thought it was just get through the game as fast as you can.
Yeah,
that used to be the premise, and then technology is kind of a spectrum right now.
Have you ever heard the theory behind Super Mario Brothers 3 that it's all a play?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he confirmed it.
Oh, we did. I didn't know that.
I heard that theory as well, and then I forget the creator's name, but in an interview he said, yeah, it is a stage play. Because it opens up with the curtain opening.
Yeah.
And
at every end of the level, you exit stage
right.
Yeah.
Yep, he confirmed it was a play.
I didn't know it was confirmed. That's neat that
Yeah.
once in a while those fan theories are right. Okay. So, and then my merry one off of your list would be Red Dead Redemption.
Nice.
That would be the one that I would pick.
You liked Red Dead as well?
Yeah, the first.
Well,
that's the one that I was talking about. Red Dead Revolver was the first one.
Yeah,
right?
but I like the Red Dead games. Yeah, I can't wait for that second one.
Oh, the second one was so good. Redemption 2.
When's that supposed to come out, anyways?
It was supposed to come out this year, and then they postponed it until next year.
So I heard rumors that it was going to be an all-online game. Has that been confirmed?
No way that's been confirmed. That's probably coming from a couple of screenshots that have been released. Is like he's riding with a posse. It hasn't even been confirmed who the main character is. The popular speculation is that it's a prequel to Red Dead, and it's Marston and his gang before he went good. And that you could control multiple members of the gang, or people can drop in, drop out. I mean, that's all up in the air. Nothing's really been confirmed. The only thing that's been confirmed is 2018, and here's some screenshots. I mean, it's Rockstar. They've got the presence to pretty much pitch it however the hell they want. People are going to buy it anyways.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is, I think, if not one of the best selling game of all time.
It still costs $60 in the store. It's still $60.
Yeah,
I don't even want to guess at how many millions of units sold, but I know it's up there.
Oh yeah,
there's still
pretty
topping
easily.
Charts in
well,
the UK.
modding is what really is the draw to that.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, Nora.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go opposite of you because I'm a rebel like that.
Nice.
So, marry one. Probably Skyrim.
Okay. I figured you'd say that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Skyrim wasn't on your list.
I know, but when I was doing this top 10, I mean, it's kind of, I'm playing it pretty much all the time anyway, so it's pretty redundant that I would make it my top one. Plus, I never actually beat it, so does that really count?
I've never beat Skyrim either.
Is it possible to beat Skyrim?
Yes, and it's actually possible to beat Skyrim without joining one of the factions as well. You don't have to join.
It's impossible for me.
The Imperials or the Stormcloaks. You can stay neutral and still finish the story.
Huh.
Yep, and actually there's a truce between them. Did not know that until
I didn't
a year
either.
ago.
But, just with, basically because, there's so many different ways to play the game, and, it's such a vast, vast world, and it's like, even if you wanted to, like, not even run around and kill anything, you could literally settle down, get married, have kids, and become a welder or something, or a blacksmith or something stupid, or a farmer.
Roos Froda, your way out of situations.
Yeah.
I'm going to drag and shout myself.
See, it's just so expansive to what you can do, and it's ridiculous. So that's why I choose to marry that one. Because
funny?
there's, endless amounts of content in it.
I play that game, and you're right. You can play the game so many ways. You can choose different play styles. I play the game the same way every time, and I've started the whole time. I'm always an archer. I'm just man, I should play Skyrim. I've never played it this way, and then I jump on with I'm gonna have a shield and a sword, and I'm gonna run around. I'm gonna get a wicked mace and just kick ass. And I always get a bow, and I always just run around with a bow. So and I get to level 60 and get bored again.
You know how every one of those kind of RPGs, they have that architect where you usually get to pick one of three. There's the magical one, or the ranged one, or the tank.
Right.
I always go into all these games and I think, I'm going to do something different this time. And I always end up as the tank.
Yeah.
I just...
Yeah. That's why we're playing Destiny. You immediately went to the
tank.
Yeah.
You're the first pick, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, now, for me, I started it originally on the 360, and that's when I went as a tank, even though it was weird because I chose a stealth character. I chose the Khajiit, the cat there,
nice.
Who's supposed to be a stealth and magic and all that kind of character.
I've never played Skyrim. A lot of these words sound completely ridiculous to me right now.
Yeah, it's
Khajiit.
a cat person, basically.
Cat person. Yep.
But anyway, so I did the cat person, but I went full-on heavy armor tank mode with that dude, right? And I just, literally, the entire game of my 360 version was just me running around, not even really completing any quests. I was just killing everybody in town until everybody was dead, and then I went on to the next town.
Wow, okay.
Right?
Once again, I want to say I'm not being held against my will.
No, you are not.
As soon as I got the PS4 version, I went completely, the way I should have been, stealth mode assassin, kind of, magical archer kind of stuff.
I think I started as a Khajiit, and then I went Wood Elf at one point. There were all these archers, though.
So you were trans-species?
Well, when I restarted
Ayo.
the game. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, what was that? Marry one? Alright, fuck one. Let's see. I'd probably have to go Uncharted 4.
Nice.
Yeah, just because it's like Indiana Jones,
That's true.
But if I wanted to, I'd probably sit down, play it a couple of times, one night standish kind of thing. But then at the end of the day, if I want an Indiana Jones experience, I'm gonna just watch the Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah, I've also never played an Uncharted game, so
they're a lot of fun. It reminds me a lot of Tomb Raider.
Yeah, it's I think you hit the nail on the head. It's very much like Indiana Jones, the game, dude. It's all about treasure hunting and adrenaline-filled thrill ride.
I don't have any dislike of it. I just never. I only owned a PlayStation 4 for about a year before I switched back over to Xbox. So,
and kill one, Persona 5, just because I've never heard of it.
No clue what it is. So why don't you explain to it what is it? Is it another RPG?
Persona 5. Yeah, it's if you don't like Japanese style games, you will hate this in every sense of the word.
Yeah, okay.
It is extremely Japanese. As a matter of fact, you're in Tokyo. You play as a Japanese high school student, and then you moonlight as a phantom thief, and basically you're allowed to enter an alternate reality inside people's souls, basically, and change.
Are you secretly Japanese?
No,
Are you a geisha?
I feel like it's on the spectrum. Japanese things.
Hentai.
Anyways,
you're the Octopi Extra.
I had a sub list on the bottom of honorable mentions, and then I got 3 games deep and realized that list would never end. So
Well, we could always, after I'm done with my list, we could give a quick 1 or 2 honorable mentions.
If we have some time to kill or whatever. We probably will regardless without even thinking about it.
So we have a group text that goes on during the week where we discuss topics, and Adamic made it very clear that he had about 30 games, and it was physically and emotionally hurting him to cut it down to 10.
And it's ripping little pieces of it. That'd be like if some terrorist organization with no known objective stopped a school bus in the middle of the street, and you happen to be driving, and stopped you, and then literally pulled all the children out and said, pick 10 and the rest are going to die. How do you even begin to go about this, and why are you doing this to me?
Don't you understand how the internet works? The internet consists of porn, cats, and top 10 lists.
I just figured out what the internet
top
is.
10 lists, okay? That's the third layer of the internet. I mean, go to YouTube, you'll find a quadrillion top 10 lists. We have to do this. A quadrillion, yeah.
Making up or numbers now.
And then there's so much cat top 10 porn. It all just comes together.
Top 10 of cat porn?
Whoa. Dark place.
It is.
Yeah.
Dark.
I don't like this.
We haven't even gotten into the deep web yet. Or the dark web.
My turn?
Yeah.
Alrighty, I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. So my number 10 is Banjo-Tooie.
Nice.
Sequel to Banjo-Kazooie.
Nice.
My number 9 is Fallout 3.
Also a good choice.
That was up there for me, too. That was like I said, this is emotionally painful for me. I had to choose not to put that on my list. You know how much I love that fucking game?
I'm going to say this. So Fallout 3, that's a long game, and I generally don't go back and replay RPGs or that style. I've played that one 3 times through. It was just so much fun.
Yeah.
I was disappointed in Fallout 4 because as fun as it just was not as good to me.
It wasn't. That's what I was saying is Skyrim, you can pick up that game so many times, and there's so many sub-quests. Literally every time that you go into, you pick up X amount of quests, and you can just keep going and going and going. And the same with Fallout 3, and I feel like they dropped the ball in Fallout 4 in that regard.
Fallout 4, it's just, the settlement is under attack.
Preston Garvey.
You have to say...
Preston Garvey.
When I played it, I started a settlement with nobody there just to put him there. So I never... Because I made the mistake of leaving him in my main settlement, and he would always hang out right by the workbench.
He would just, run you down.
Yes!
You got into town.
And if you didn't go do it, I can't remember what they punished you, though, if you didn't help the people. Was it considered a failed quest? Yeah! It's ridiculous.
I feel like at some point in my life I will have a nemesis just because of the lifestyle that I lead, and I hope that he's named Preston Garvey, because I really want to hate this guy.
Okay, so that was my number 9. My number 8 is Mario 64.
Nice.
Love that game.
Yeah, that's cool.
Number 7 is the original Gears of War.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Number 6 is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, or KOTOR as it's called.
Okay.
That's another really big RPG that I played repeatedly over and over and over
I
again.
actually played a little bit of
Did you? It's got a really it's really good, and I mean that's kind of where I think BioWare. That's where they really
started picking up speed.
Yep, and then Mass Effect was born out of it. So, my number 5 is Doom 2016. I fucking love that game.
Oh yeah, I just recently picked it up and I started playing some of the campaign mode.
I'll borrow that from you at some point.
Do yourself
as soon
a
as
favor,
I get
yes.
done.
And
I'll do one for
play it with headphones in the dark, cranked up as high as they'll go.
Oh
Because
yeah,
that game is
intense.
It's great. If you enjoy, there's
Murder, Death, Day, Mayhem.
Yeah. There's a story, but you don't have to care at all about the story. Just shoot shit, beat the shit out of demons.
That's what I read. It was just gory mayhem.
Oh yeah,
that's great.
Well, that's exactly what the game is for. So.
But
basically,
it doesn't get old.
The campaign is just murder, death, die.
Yeah, it doesn't get old though, which is one of the Call of Duty. Let's be honest, they're basically kill stuff. That's the whole. Their campaign is a shallow veil of a story just so you can shoot stuff, but that gets boring. Mm-hmm. Doom doesn't. Yeah,
because especially too with that one, they give you so many what's it called? The close-up kills.
Oh, the glory kills.
Glory kills. That's what it's actually called. But oh my god, they have so many different variations depending on the angle that you're facing and how you're coming up and what weapon you have and all that. And you even get glory kills if you die.
Yeah, that's true. That's pretty funny.
Okay. I've never understood first-person shooters. I always just spin in a circle and waste all of my ammo into the ceiling. It's been 20 games now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that just tells you how...
You should see me in multiplayer.
We did play Destiny. And you didn't do bad, so that just tells you how terrible that game was.
I'm just... Magic bullets.
Magic bullets. Okay, so... my number 4 is Halo CE, Combat Evolved.
Yep.
My number 3, Borderlands 2. Love that game.
Mm-hmm.
My number 2 is Star Wars Republic Commando.
Ooh, yeah.
For the original Xbox. I really wish they'd make a sequel. And my number 1, my favorite game of all time, is Halo 2. Okay. I have dropped, I can't even tell you how many hours into Halo 2.
I was surprised. I did not know that you liked Borderlands 2 that much.
Yeah, I played it through, I haven't finished it more than twice, but I've started 20 characters at some point.
I liked it quite a bit. I don't know, for some reason... The games that interest me that I'll pick back up that I never finish, I always leave off at exactly the same point, and that is one of those games.
It's hard for me, because I did recently pick it back up and started back where I was, and I had no idea what was going on, so I ended up just restarting.
That's what I'm saying, is that's what'll happen, is I'll pick up a game I want to play this game, and I'll try to pick up where I left off, and I have no idea what's going on, or the controls aren't meshing, so I'm just getting my ass handed to me because I'm usually 3/4 of the way through the game. And then I'll start a new character, and I'll get all the way back up to where I was before, and then I'll stop again.
Yeah. I just imagine
vicious cycle.
I just imagine all your created characters in some video game hub. That new one gets there, be like, "You're gonna be here a while."
Exactly.
He's never coming back. He's never coming back.
Yeah. We've been made promises.
It's like the Jerry nursery.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Oh, go ahead, no Rev.
Alright, marry one, fuck one, kill one. God, these are all so good. Okay, so I would probably... I'll go in reverse order, just out of the spirit of things. Kill one, I'll probably go... so hard! Banjo-Tooie.
That's tough, yeah.
I know. I didn't want to, but...
That's such a good game.
Just out of comparison, I'm gonna have to put it down.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
down,
Darren Bird.
Loving.
But the only reason, really, why I'll say kill that one is because there's so much fucking reading.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck one. Probably go the 2016 Doom.
Okay.
I mean,
it's gonna be scary when you wake up.
Yeah. Waking up next to a horde full of demons that I killed in the middle of the night. Yeah. That's some nightmare. That's nightmare juice right there.
Yeah, it is.
Sounds like some of our bar crawls.
Kind of.
Next to a horde full of demons again, guys.
Why do you let me do this?
Why didn't you just say no?
Fucking tequila. Go ahead.
Alright, hold on. What did I say? Okay,
marry one now.
Marry one. The original Gears of War, I'd have to say, because that one was just so epic, and honestly, that was one of the reasons, besides Halo, why I got a 360.
I remember those long nights in your bedroom playing Halo, Gears of War. That was such a fun game.
Yeah.
I tried, man. So I picked up...
That chainsaw. That fucking chainsaw kills.
Get into it.
I could see, especially on that original one, if you played it nowadays, which you came back to it, and the Ultimate Edition is basically just a reskin. The controls are the same.
Yeah.
That pop and stop mechanic is not good
it was not
anymore.
Smooth. That's what I'm saying. I picked up the remastered, and it was
back then. Yeah, that was awesome. But especially if you've played Gears 4, which is so smooth, and you go back to that, it is you just bam and you it's awful. It's awful. So. Go ahead.
What is this, paper? All right. Marry one, fuck one, kill one. I would probably marry Fallout 3. That's, once again, that barely didn't make my list. Mm-hmm. I would probably fuck Banjo-Tooie, because I don't know what it's about, and I'm always into exploring the unknown.
All right.
Well, you're fucking a bear and bird.
Well, all right. Let's get it on. I would kill... Mario 64 because I married it on Rev's list.
So you have to make room for a new mistress.
That's
I see,
right.
I see what you
Boy.
did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. So now that our lists and our game is over, we have some time to kill. I was thinking it might be interesting to go around the table here, the proverbial table, if you will, and or real table, whatever way you want to look at it.
Real table.
Yeah.
The Knights of the Peninsula table.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. So,
hindsight is 2020.
what about we share one, or if you want to do more than one, our memory from gaming? Rev, you want to start us off?
All right.
Say kumbaya around the fire here.
Okay, I think I got one actually. Me and CJC go way back in gaming, and it's kind of funny because me and him have actually kind of, ironically, not even trying to, been each other's good luck charms when it comes to gaming.
True, yeah.
Because it's bullshit. It seems like anytime that one of us gets stuck on a particular level, the other dude comes over, not ever playing this game ever before in their entire fucking life, and then the first try they get it. Right?
Okay.
There's a
So
specific
anyways.
game that goes with this
Okay,
story.
well, there's actually two of them. All right. Okay, so the one that I was a good luck charm for him was actually, what was it, Banjo-Tooie.
I'm pretty sure it was Banjo-Tooie, yeah.
Right, so it was just back in the day. He was stuck on this one level. I think it was the actual boss level you were fighting the witch, or it was like the last boss level where you were fighting the witch.
Been.
And could not beat it. You were on it for like a week straight just trying to beat it. I come over, I pick it up, first try, nailed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, now, reverse order. All right, so I was actually stuck on Red Dead Revolver on the PS2. I was stuck on one level where it was like...
You had to fight a Confederate general or something.
Yeah,
like
something like that. And I was trying to beat this dude for like a week straight, right?
Okay.
This motherfucker comes over, first try, gets it.
Never played the game.
Never played the game again. I threw my paddle and I was done.
I've never actually played Red Dead Revolver. Is that similar to...
It's very linear. It's a linear game.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not like open world.
There's like a hub world that all the missions build off of, but it's just a town.
Yeah.
Well, I knew Redemption was like a pretty big departure from it, but I didn't know how big of a departure.
I guess I didn't know.
Basically, the first, what was it? Red Dead Undead was like basically the same game as Red Dead Revolver, just with zombies instead of like Western style. And then I think after that, Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption, the zombie one's a DLC off of Redemption.
Undead,
Oh, was it?
Nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I guess I have no idea what I'm talking about then.
Hey, nothing new.
Okay.
But I was starting to say something and I lost it. So
That's fine. What's your memory?
So I was growing up a Nintendo. I went Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, PlayStation, and we were dirt poor, so I never had a system new. It was always old, and I had the PlayStation. And my buddy at the time, his name's Eli, that lived down the road. He had an Xbox. He'd never touched the Xbox before. He'd just gotten it for his birthday, and I went over and he put in Halo 2. And I had no idea what Halo was. I'd never played the first one. This is the first time I'd ever seen it, so I started playing with him. I thought it was pretty fun. So this is 2004, mind you. And we get to a mission, Delta Halo, and we have to clear a room before a door will open. So we clear out the room, or we think we do, and nothing happens. We cannot get past this room. The door isn't opening. We go back. We search basically the whole map it'll let us go to, and we thought it glitched. And he was 5 seconds from hitting the off button and restarting it. And all of a sudden, we're in the room, and we hear talking. The two grunts that we hadn't killed were hiding and talking to each other. And I remember being completely blown away by that, because up to that point, I'd only played PlayStation games with the newest game, and they didn't do anything like that. Nope. I mean, these two were carrying a conversation about where we had gone as we were trying to find them. And we finally killed them, we moved on, but I was so blown away by that. I went home and told my parents, who don't give a flying fuck about video games, all about it, and told them I needed an Xbox, I needed this game. It took about 2 more years before I finally got my Xbox, but when I did, you better believe Halo 2 was one of the first games I got, and I've played that so much. There's so many good memories there for me, and that was one of them.
Yeah. Just
how high-tech it was to me, coming from PlayStation to Xbox.
Huh. Yeah. I remember that too. Well, not that specifically, but after you finally got the Halo, because I haven't played an Xbox up until that point either.
We played the shit out of the original. We still do. We still get together.
So many hours.
We still get together and play legendary run-throughs just to torture ourselves, basically slit our wrists for a couple hours.
Yeah. Or, punch ourselves in the nuts and face at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Good one.
Yeah.
Right.
Adamic?
Mine? That time that I died in Dark Souls and that other time that I jumped in Super Mario. No,
wow, that's oddly specific.
No, my favorite moment is probably the opening of Uncharted 2. You guys ever play Uncharted 2?
No.
So, you start off, Nathan Drake is the main character, and you wake up, you've been shot, you're all like bloodied up and beat up, and you realize that you're hanging over an edge of a mountain. I think it's Tibetan Mountains. You're hanging over the edge of the Tibetan Mountains in a train because you've also been in a train crash.
Wow.
And then you have to climb up the train. And that's an action set piece, so naturally you make it at the train starts to fall and you make it to the top at the very last moment. But that is probably one of my favorite set pieces in video games. That literally you wake up and you've been fucked up.
I think I've seen that on YouTube. I think I've watched that. Yeah, it sounds very familiar. It's pretty epic.
I mean, when I was really young, we started with the Nintendo as well. But the first one that I actually got into and like actually played time into was Super Nintendo. But the original Nintendo, original Mario Brothers, my sister and brother would play it, and I was too young at the time. That's what they always said. I wouldn't get it. And I just remember picking it up in their faces and kicking that game's ass. It's like, yeah, that's right. The power of observation.
Yeah.
So now that we're done with our individual memories, how about we reminisce about one that we all had together?
Okay.
So what, 2014 was the year Destiny came out?
I think it was either that or 15.
It blurs just because all of the DLC has went like periodically every so many months. I think
it was 14. Well, regardless,
there's a lot of longevity with that game.
So this current generation started in 13, right?
Yeah.
PS4?
PS4 and Xbox One were 2013, I think.
I don't know. I don't know.
You know what? I don't want to be inaccurate, so no.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to Google search this right now. What year did Destiny come out?
Destiny's initial release date is September 9th, 2014.
Boom.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember it was in September.
Yeah.
Because I had it on my calendar for a long time because we all agreed we were going to get it.
So Adamic was at the time the only one that owned a PS4. And No Rev and myself bought one for this game. You hyped us up so big on it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we all rocked out, and we actually created a clan. We had a few other members that joined us along the way, but we were the forces of Dinklage. So if you were ever getting pwned, if you were ever getting pwned in Destiny and heard our three beautiful voices scream, "For tits and wine!
For tits and wine!"
That was us, the forces of Dinklage.
That's right.
Yeah.
I had an entire rap at one point.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I still remember most of it.
And there was some kind of like crazy elaborate backstory that we came up with about the origins of.
Did we? Maybe you did. I don't remember.
I could have sworn that there was like a long group message from one of us that said that was something about that.
Something up there for a while. I don't even know if it's still active or not. But I remember the rap. mostly revolved around inside jokes. Like, one of the lines was about your old roommate.
Yes, and he was dirty because he was going to join the forces of Dinklage. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we dropped so many hours into that game.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
So many hours for like 3 weeks, and then after that, it kind of got.
That's what, like, reminiscing about that is what propelled me to pre-order Destiny 2.
When does that come out?
It's another September game. Let me look real fast because it's on my calendar. September 8th.
Wow, almost exactly 3 years.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And September 9th, I assume, was probably a Friday back in 2014. So
because games are always Fridays, aren't they?
Tuesdays or Fridays.
Tuesdays or Fridays, and movies are always Thursdays.
Yeah, Tuesdays is intentional. There's actually a story behind
it. Yeah, I watched
Sonic.
Yep,
Sonic
I
Tuesdays.
heard all that. So, I think that's all we got for this week. So with that being said, that's our topic for this week. Be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. Check our Facebook page out, like us there. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We're also on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Spreaker. We are going to be doing some software upgrades next week, so we will not have an episode. We will see you in 2 weeks when we're going to kind of do a review of Defenders as we watch it. So look out for that. As always, this is Microphone Joes. I'm CJC.
I'm No Rev.
And I'm a recovering chocoholic.
And stay average, folks.